Hello and welcome. Thank you very much for being here. My name is Kate Losek. I am the Sales Development Coordinator at Bywater Solutions, and I am excited to show you how integrations in Aspen Discovery can help you provide digital experience for great digital experience for your staff and for patrons. As this is one of our webinars in the Supporting for Success series, it will of course be recorded, and the recording will be sent to you afterwards as well. And you can also watch all other webinars, including this one, on our YouTube channel. So let me begin by sharing my screen. And let me just make sure that I can see the chat as well in case you folks have any questions throughout the webinar. Please pop them in the chat and I will try to answer them as I go, or definitely at the end of it. So for folks who are not familiar with Aspen Discovery, Aspen is an open source discovery layer that brings all your resources together that includes your print, your digital resources, events, and websites into one beautifully unified search experience. One of Aspen's biggest strengths is its adaptability and versatility. And today we'll focus on one of the core reasons for that, which is, of course, the integrations. So let's start with answering a very basic question. Why do integrations matter? Well, because they allow you to present your users with a variety of resources in just one place. So from econtent and enrichment tools to even digital archives, interlibrary loan systems, and more, creating a seamless discovery experience. So this doesn't just improve access for patrons, it also reduces staff workload. As most integrations can be fully managed within Aspen's administration panel, that makes it easy to configure them and maintain on a daily basis for users with necessary permissions. So in this webinar, I will walk you through the major categories of integrations available in Aspen and highlight a few of them with accompanying examples as well. So let's start with the most essential integration of them all, which is the integration with your ILS, your integrated library system, or your LMS library management system. So Aspen supports real-time syncing with your catalog and patron accounts. So things like checkouts, holds, renewals, and fines are always up to date. Aspen works with many ILSs, including open source Koha, which is also supported by Bywater Solutions, CarlX from TLC, Evolve, Evergreen, Polaris and Sierra from Innovative, and Symphony from Circe Dynex. And at Bywater, we currently support library partners using all six of these systems. So I would like to illustrate that on the example of South Lake Public Library with Koha at the backend. When I talk about the real-time availability, this is, for example, reflected in your search results, in your grouped work display, when you can see if the copies are available, what their status is, how many people are on the wait list. This all gets updated in real time. So those statuses, like on shelving cart, as soon as that item moves in and is back ready to be checked out, that status will also update in Aspen. And for Aspen administrators, you can also monitor that process very easily in ILS integration indexing log, which will log all those transactions. As you can see, the frequency, they're very frequent. They sync, for example, every minute. And Aspen will also give you information about what happened, how many products were updated, if there were any errors as well. But you, as an Aspen administrator, also have access to look into the real-time syncing between your ILS and your Aspen. Similarly, that works the same way for our econtent integrations via API. Aspen offers direct API integrations with Boundless, Cloud Library, Libby, Hoopla, Instant and Flex, and Palace Project. And what that means that these are also managed and updated in real time, and patrons can also view and manage their checkouts directly in their Aspen accounts. So that's really convenient, having not only your ILS records, but also your e-content together. So of course, I'll be able to see those integrations right here in the facets. But as a user already logged in, I will be able to borrow those items directly using these integrations. And I will demonstrate how how quickly Aspen updates that so we can see that change in real time. So check out, for example, this cloud library title to my user Sam. Oh, that title is already checked out for me. Let's try a different one. That, of course, applies to all our API connections, so also to Libby, Hoopla, Palace project as well. And these should be visible directly in my user account. So let me jump over to my user account. So they will be displayed in my checked out materials, just like my physical materials, but also any cloud Libby, Hoopla, Cloud Library, or Boundless titles. So since I already have some items checked out via Cloud Library, I will be able to manage them from here and, for example, return them directly in the user account. And as you can see, the action is immediate. It refreshes the account immediately and updates those in real time for all those API connections. There's also a very handy refresh button right here in case there was for some reason a delay and I really wanted to make sure and force that refresh. But just like with ILS content, API econtent will be managed directly in Partner's account and updated in near real time as well. And if there is no API available, there is also that's also not a problem. You can use something that Aspen calls side loading. So as long as you have any as long as you have MARC records available, you can upload them directly into Aspen and make them discoverable that way as well. So some popular ones, for example, include Canopy, LinkedIn Learning, or Comics Plus. Another great integration that Aspen offers is integration with events. So Aspen can pull in and display events from a variety of third-party calendar systems. That's Aspen Interactive, Attend from Communico, LibCal from Springshare, and Library Calendar from Library Market. So that makes it really easy to highlight upcoming programs, integrate events into search results, and promote experiences instead of just results. So let me jump back over to our Salt Lake Public Library. And of course, they do have a link here directly to events that will take us to the LibCal integration. But what happens when we directly integrate it into Aspen is the additional drop-down menu that when I perform a search will pull in all those events directly as search results. And additionally, of course, I can perform any search to look for those events as well. And they're also updated, indexed directly from LibCal in near real time as well. Great thing about this integrations also, if I were to look for example, for an author, let's look for Taylor Jenkins Reid and perform just a regular keyword search. If there are any relevant events that are already included in Aspen through any of these integrations, they will also show handily here in this Explore More. So folks don't even have to use the dedicated drop-down search, but they will also be directed to it that way. Again, prompting users to reach more, to explore more, just using this one keyword search. Additionally, Aspen will also allow you to integrate other resources and incorporate them as search areas. So users can search not only physical materials, so of course your books, DVDs, also special collections, library of things and kits, but content via API or events like we just mentioned, but also articles and databases. So for example, using EBSCOhost or EBSCO EDS integration or ProQuest Summon. So if I jump back over to our Salt Lake public library, I will see in the drop-down options that I can search in articles and databases. And when I perform a search, let's just do a very basic search for library. The results pulled in here are directly from the EBSCO integration. So they're, again, integrated into Aspen and will also show in that Explore More box, which is, again, very handy for easy exploration. Other options include cloud source open access, history and archives, and this is basically everything that uses the OAI PMH protocol. And if I jump over to Deerfield Public Library, I will see, for example, an additional option here in history and archives. And Deerfield Public Library, which has Sierra at the back end, decided to incorporate, for example, their board and meeting minutes, but everything using this OAI PMH protocol will be directly searchable and can be integrated into Aspen as well. Another great integration is the ability to search to allow your patrons to discover offerings of your interlibrary loan partners. So again, in the example of the Deerfield Public Library, they have a search and they allow their patrons to search in LinkedIn, which is one of the Enrich interlibrary loan services. Currently, Aspen integrates with Share and Workat as well. And what it does, not only when I perform our search, does it bring up the results at the very end in all other LinkedIn libraries. But if I were to click on any of these results, if they're available, they will also show directly in the record display as well. Another great integration is Aspen's ability to index your internal and external library websites. Internal, of course, can be created within Aspen's Web Builder, but external pages, that can be absolutely everything. So, for example, your library sites, any other community sites, any of your community partners, or blogs. So, for example, Darien Public Library, with Polaris in the backend, decided to index their library site. So it's very simple. You just put the URL of the site that you would like to index in Aspen Administration Panel, and that will and set the frequency, how often you would like to index these pages, and they will be pulled up again as a separate dropdown and also highlighted in that Explore More box. So if I were to click, for example, the local history, that will take me to Darien Library's library site. Another new integration is, for example, Talpa Search from Library Thing. This is an AI-powered natural language search tool that allows folks to search across anything. So this is an example from Spokane Library. And as you can see, those dropdowns, they're always a little different depending on what kind of integrations that library has. So here in Talpa Search, that will also change the index to Ask Me Anything. And I can, let's say, look for green covers. And that will bring up results using the natural language type of search, where Aspen will try to use Talpa integration to bring up results of what Aspen and Talpa think fits the search of green covers. So as you can see, it brings up these results right here as well. So of course, a big element of Aspen is the content enrichment. So Aspen integrates with tools like Novelists, Synthetics, including Synthetics Unbound, Content Cafe to provide read alikes, reviews, series information, cover art, of course, from free servers like Cozy or MDB, or paid subscriptions with Synthetics. So it also supports community-based tools like Goodreads for reviews and ratings, and popular content sources such as the New York Times bestseller lists, which are featured as a browse category right on your Aspen's homepage by checking the ISBNs in your collection via the New York Times bestseller lists. For libraries that serve schools or students, Aspen can also display accelerated reader, AR information through an integration with Renaissance Learning. So let me jump over to Deerfield Library to show you an example of what some of these integrations actually look like on some live examples. So right here, I have a search for Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Again, we see that availability of copies, which ones were on shelf, which ones are checked out, that are getting updated in real time. But if I were to click into this grouped work or in a record, I will see that in the first example, I have the ability to see similar titles from novelists, similar authors. I can also integrate synthetics and bound. Also reviews from synthetics, and a different view of novelist called Novelist All-in-One, when all information coming from your novelist subscription is displayed conveniently in one box. So here you will find all information together. In this view, there's I will also show you a very cool, very easy to set up integration with Wikipedia for authors. So if Aspen finds a fitting author in Wikipedia, it will also display a short notes pulling from Wikipedia with pictures if available. You, of course, as an admin, have the ability to override this, to change it, to redirect it, shall there be any mistakes. Another example is Wesley Porter Public Library with Koa on the backend. So as you can see, their view looks a little bit different. They are also using Synthetics and Bound, which they renamed Learn and Discover More. And it includes reviews, other formats available. They also integrate reviews from Goodreads. And another example from CW Mars Consortium with Evergreen ILS in the backend to show you that every library can choose what sort of integrations they use. They can choose whatever they want to display in the search results or in the grouped works view, even to such granular details like whether this panel is collapsed or open at default, their order, their names. CW Mars is also using a novelist integration, but also reviews from Content Cafe. And in the staff view section that can be visible to all staff or all patrons, up to you, you will always also see information, for example, where that book cover is coming from. So here we can see that CW Mars is using Content Cafe for their covers provider. But if I were to go to, for example, Dealfield, most likely that would say Synthetics, or for movies, OMDB. Beyond enrichment, Aspen includes a variety of more utility-focused integrations. So, for example, Google Maps can be used to display branch locations and directions. And let me jump over to our Darien Public Library. Google integration, Google Maps integration is used to display a map of your physical location, or you can also integrate with stack maps, which will allow patrons to see exactly where the item is located within the physical library. So let me jump over to physical items. There it is. And we can map it so it will show the floor, the layout of the library, where that item exactly is on the shelf. Aspen also allows you to incorporate some analytics and reporting tools. Some of the most popular ones are Google Analytics and Google Tag Manager. I will show it on the example of our administrative panel, how easy it is to set up. Everything in the administrative panel is searchable and organized in alphabetical order as well. So since I am looking for Google Analytics, I can just type in Google, and Aspen will take me directly to that section where I can just enter my API settings. Google Tag Manager can be incorporated even in an easier manner using JavaScript snippets that are just pasted directly again in this administrative panel. So I could also search for JavaScript snippets, and here I would be able to paste that snippet directly. So as you can see, something so easy that it will take me just probably a few seconds to do. And of course, to support inclusivity and patron engagement, Aspen can connect with accessibility tools like ReciteMe or UserWay ensuring that Discovery interface meets all the accessibility standards. And it will also integrate with live chat platforms like Olark or Help, so patrons can get help right when they need it via those chat platforms. So here on the example of Milwaukee of Muckfless County Cats with Sierra in the backend. For example, they are using Userway as one of the accessibility tools. Metropolitan Library System with CarolX at the backend. They are using chat platform Help, so you can reach out to them directly and converse with a librarian in real time. And I think you might have most likely already seen it on Westlake Porter as well. Recite Me panel right on the top that allows user to navigate using this accessibility to navigate Aspen using this accessibility tool. I would like to note that some of these third-party integrations that I mentioned already, they may require a separate subscription or licenses from other vendors. So of course, when it comes to econtent, or integrations like Talpa Search, Novelist, these are usually paid subscriptions, but Aspen makes it simple to bring all of these tools together into this unified, easy to navigate interface, both for staff and for users. So let me just go back over to our model site. This one is our model site with Koha on the backend, and demonstrate the e-commerce functionality, which is also one of the key and very popular integrations in Aspen. So Aspen will support online payments for fines and fees, which will be automatically updated in your ILS. You can also enable donation pages, as you can see on this example right here, letting patrons support library initiatives directly through Aspen. So again, this is an Aspen URL, and using this integration with, in this case, in PayPal, folks can donate directly to your library or for a specific cause in Aspen as well. And I would like to demonstrate this functionality using our test user. So again, I can make those payments directly in the user account. We currently have over 14 integrations with e-commerce. This one has PayPal set up. So again, Aspen will pass information to PayPal. PayPal will pass that information to your ILS and back to Aspen. So everything happens immediately. So for example, if I wanted to pay, you can also specify in Aspen whether there is a minimum payment, whether there is a processing fee, whether I can pay partial fees as well. So for example, I have one lost item and that's all I would like to pay. And actually, I will only pay $4. So I can use this integration to complete that payment directly in the account. Looks like, oh, there we go, just a refresh. Let's do $4 as I mentioned. And here I'll be able to enter some fake credit card information. I just would like to show you how quickly this gets updated. Let me just fill in this information here. Again, these are just test credentials, so no safety risks here. And just phone number. And once I click this payment, not only it will update in my payments in Aspen and give me a message that my fines have been successfully paid, but it will also update it in my ILS as well. So as you can see, this process is pretty quick, pretty immediate, which is very handy, and again, can be accessed directly in the user account as well. Before I'm gonna look in the chat if there are any other questions. But it doesn't look like it. So this is just a very general, very quick overview of the available integrations in Aspen. The list is constantly growing, especially thanks to Aspen being open source and community driven. So many of the integrations that you saw today came, of course, directly from library partners sharing their needs and ideas. So as of today, and we're in September 2025, if you're watching this webinar a little later, it's completely possible that you will see some other options in your Aspen that we don't have right now, because it is you who shapes the future of Aspen. And that's the real strength of it. It just evolves with all of us. Great. Checking the chat again, but I don't see any questions. So thank you so much for joining us today. If you would like to learn more about Aspen, Koha, Lipke, and Metabase, and see what else we have lined up in our Supporting for Success series, please learn more and register using that QR code. And if you have any questions or would like to schedule customized demo, again, for any of the products that we support at Biora Solutions, so Koha ILS, Aspen Discovery, Ripke, and Metabase, please reach out to Adam Brooks, adam@biowatersolutions.com, or give us a call. Thank you for joining me today. I hope to see you next month. Our next webinar will be called What to Expect When Implementing Koha and Aspen on Wednesday, October 15 at 3 p.m. Eastern. Thank you so much for joining, and have a great day.